I welcome you to this lesson. In this lesson, we'll be talking about problems leading to algebraic equations. When we say problems, we're actually talking about questions, and some of these questions are real life questions. They are real life problems. So when you see this kind of questions, they want you to provide solutions to those problems. And that's what we're going to be looking at in this lesson. When faced with problems leading to algebraic equations, the following points will guide you on what to do. So the first one is you have to read the question carefully and then decide what the unknown number is. Now, when we say unknown number, we're actually talking about what you are asked to look for, maybe the son's age or the cost of 5 books. So these are problems you could be asked to provide solutions to. Is that okay? So the next one is you must make sure you change all the units of measurement to the same unit where they vary. In a particular problem, you could see centimeter and you could also see meter. So the best thing to do in this case is to convert either centimeter to meter or meter to centimeter. And that will also depend on what you're asked to look for. Maybe if it has to do with distance, then I think the suitable unit to use is meter. But if it has to talk about length, or maybe length of a table, the suitable unit is centimeter. So you must make sure you work in the same unit, otherwise you get a wrong solution to the problem. So another one is you must use a letter to represent the unknown. So when you have been able to determine what the unknown is, maybe the son's age or the woman's age, use an unknown, use a letter, maybe Y or X or P or Q. Please don't use O. Usually, if you want to use letter O, you might confuse letter O with the 0. So there are some letters you shouldn't even use at all. There are many other letters you can use. So why do you want to use O? Do you like O so much? So if you have any connection, any emotional connection to letters such as O, not in this kind of question, don't use O. You could be confused. So use X. X is most popular. Use Y and the others. Okay. Now use the information provided in the question to write the required solution. The solution would always be logical. The problems, you would see that it will form an equation, and then with the information provided in the problem, you'll be able to find the solution to the problem. Is even inside the problem itself. So proper understanding is very required. That's why you must read the question carefully for you to be able to give the appropriate solution to the problem. Okay. Now the next one is, after you have been able to get the equation, you solve the equation. You shouldn't have any issues solving the equation, because we have been doing this in this lesson. So solving algebraic equation should not be a big deal now. All right. Then after that, you use the solution obtained to answer the questions in what? Maybe let's say you get x is equal to 7, and you have already said let the son's age be x. In the end, just say the son's age is 7. Okay, you shouldn't just write s is equal to 7 and end it there. Give a statement at the end, and that statement should answer the problem, should be a solution to the problem in the question. Is that okay? So always end with a statement, and then once you are done with that, if you want to check your answer, you can just put it back into the problem and see if it will give you if what you got is actually valid or actually answers the question. There's a way you fix the answer to the problem, and you would be able to test if your answer is correct or wrong. Okay, so with all of this, I know you'll be able to solve problems, but of course you need to practice. We need to solve as many problems as we can, and you need to practice so that you gain mastery over problems in algebra. So let's look at example 11. It says think of a number. Now we said assign letters to unknown. So let's just write solution. Think of a number. Now after you have thought about the number, add 7 to it and multiply the result by 4. The number is 48. What is the number? Now, we do not know this number. So if we were to think of this number, we are going to assign a letter to it. So I'm going to say let the number be, okay, x. Let the number be x. And then they say we should add 7 to it. So if we are to add 7, it becomes what? X plus 7. Look at it now. Remember, I told you that the problem itself has elements of the solution. And then multiply. What does it mean to multiply? It means that's to times, right? So multiply the result by 4. When we say result, we're actually, this is the result actually. The result of adding 7 to the number you thought of is x plus 7. And then we're asked to multiply the result by 4. Please be very, very careful with this. So I'm going to multiply by 4. If you multiply by 4, see what you will get. That will be 4 times, or 4 bracket x plus 7. Bracket is multiplication, all right? Now, you can't write 4 times x plus 7. This is wrong because this 4 is multiplying this result, x plus 7. So put it in a bracket as I've done like this. Is that okay? So let me just take away all this. Now, it is very easy. Just take it step by step. So the first thing we did was to give it a letter, since it's an unknown, and then say add 7. So we added 7 to x, then multiply the result. The result after adding 7 to x is x plus 7. So if I have to multiply the result by 4, that's how we got this. So that's 4 bracket x plus 7. Is that okay? Then they say the answer. Now when you hear the answer, this means that when you have multiplied the result of adding 7 to the unknown number, they say the answer. The answer means that is everything is now equal to 48. The answer is 48. Did you get that? Now they say, what is the number? What is the number? Let's just quickly solve this question. 4 bracket x plus 7. 4 times x is 4x. And then 4 times 7 is what? 28. This is equal to what? 48. Is that okay? Now let's continue. So move 28 to the right hand side. That will be 4x is equal to 48 minus 28. Is that okay? And then what is 48 minus 28? That's 20. So we have 4x is equal to what? 20. Now what do you think the next thing should be? Of course, we have to divide both sides by 4. Now listen, let me just quickly say this. When you divide both sides by 4, you know you are going to have over 4 here, over 4 here, right? So x is equal to 20 over 4. So please, like I said, it will get to a point where I won't be writing dBs by 4. It's not needed. If you divide both sides by 4, that 4 will cancel this 4. And then you will still have the 4 here. So see what I want to write now. Since I'm dividing both sides by 4, I can just quickly write it as x is equal to 20 over 4. Now, please, if you say, okay, where is the 4 here? The 4 has been divided by 4, so it has cancelled out, and I have x is equal to 20 over 4. I don't know if that makes sense, okay? So x is now equal, what's 20 divided by 4? That's what? 5. Now, I told you that after getting this, you must now answer the question. The question says that what is the number? You can just say the number is 5. So don't just write x is equal to 5 and end it. See, the number that you thought of, the number is what? 5. And then this answers the question. Is that okay? Don't worry, in subsequent videos, we'll be looking at more examples that requires word problems, or that are actually word problems, that would, so that you can develop your muscle solving problems like this. All right, no problem. We'll see you in the next video. Thank you.